Hello and welcome back to the shed, and I welcome you. Like I said, with the hello and welcome. Yeah, today I think I'm gonna do a ytpc video. I said I was gonna start doing it and kind of neglected it. So today I think I got something special to share. Try and do something a little different, so bear with me. But yeah, before I crack into it, I'm alright, feeling good reception to my new bit of editing and that, and thank you. All the pats on the back make me feel a bit better anyway, makes it all worth it. But I'm enjoying it. Bit of a bummer though about what's happened to Simon. Might make a separate video and have a chat about that, give my thoughts and feelings, but kind of makes you not feel very welcome on this website. What can you do? I kind of said to myself in the beginning it was never going to make any money anyway, so it's just more of a project and, I don't know, a labour of love, if you dare call it. I'm just happy that anybody's watching, so there you go. Before we jump into the pipe, it's only fair, as I do it on my snuff videos. Today I've been snuffing on primarily Simon's Chin Chin, as I'm getting it ready for my next snuff review, so you can, look out for that. But yeah, I'm using this in preparation for the review, so should get round to that in the next couple of days. At least that's the plan anyway. As we know, my plans are never set in stone, as they say, but that's what I'm aiming for. So today it's kind of I don't know, like I said, it's a ytpc thing, and I'm going to try and do something a little different, but there's two sides to it. One, I'm going to sort of do a review on Gawith and Hoggarth Bob's chocolate flake. Yeah. Also, I wanted to show off one of my pipe acquisitions. It's a Jima pipe, and I'd seen a few people with primarily Sylvie at Vintage Pipe Nightmares, and as Sylvie likes to call him, Mr. Yanis at Pipe and Tobacco. He had a video talking about them as well, and I don't know, I've just gone through a bit of a stage where I liked my Falcon pipe, and I've picked up, like a Titan pipe, and there's a few like different variations on it. This Jima pipe's classed as a system pipe, mainly because in the stem there's like a wire coil which has some sort of electromagnetic property, which is meant to use a bit of voodoo and pull that tar and moisture out the smoke. So but as the consensus I seem to see across the board is it might not be so much that, it's just the fact that it creates turbulence and a change in temperature within the stem, which helps condense the moisture and attract the tar. So either way, it seemed to work quite well, and it was kind of a one-of-a-kind take. I don't think any other pipe did anything even similar as far as I'm aware. But yeah, I tried to get older one off eBay, and I got this one first, and yeah, it's a little bit battered, which they're old pipes, man. It's a gold or silver plated metal stem with hard plastic and a hard plastic bowl, but it's got a pressed white clay bowl within this. But as it's an old one, the pipe's gone brown, as you can see. And also, when I acquired it, I think I paid about 20 quid for it. There was no coil in it, so it was empty in there. And I tried putting like a bit of balsa filter in there and that, to see if I could do it. But to be honest, the other thing that had happened to it was the seals had gone quite bad. So I just, for the life of me, I couldn't get it off. And then when I got it off, I couldn't get it back on. And the only thing I could do was to try and shave a bit off the rubber seal off. Because it's not even really like a rubber seal. It's more like a plastic. But now it's kind of leaky, you know. Can't get a proper draw on it. So I was quite disappointed with that, but you know, these things happen. Tossed it aside, and you know, I was in town where I live, and there's like a kind of bric-a-brac second-hand oddball shop near our high street, and it's quite funny really. They set out a few things like chests and furniture outside, and they've always got one of them, like, you know, like them full model skeletons that you see in like colleges or hospitals and that, you know. So there's like a skeleton, and I think I spoke about it before. I was gunning and I tried to pull a picture off of Google Maps, and I couldn't find it. It was just like, it was there, but it was all blurred out because of the skeleton, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I was going in there. I like looking in them sorts of shops. You never know, find some quirky stuff. And I was talking to the man that owns it, and was talking about pipes and that. And he said, "Ah, do you know what? I got a pipe. If you're interested," he says, "you can have it for a tenner." And he blessed my hands with this little beauty. It was only a Jima pipe. Yeah, it's never been used. The clay's fresh white. The little plastic rubber seals are perfect. There's not a scratch on it. The names are all there. And on top of that, it had the little electromagnet coil springy metal filter stinger thingy. I couldn't believe it. They sold it to me for a tenner. Cheaper than the broken one. So that was a bit of luck, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was suggested to me to I wasn't sure whether to smoke it or not at first, but you know, it was made to be smoked, and it was suggested to me to save it for posterity and to do it on a video. So I decided to yeah, use it and pack it full of some Bob's chocolate flake. Yeah, but you know, a little bit of that I do know about it is, you know, it's a Jima pipe. It was made by French family or company called Berod Regard or Ragad. Berod Ragad, I don't know. And it was their factory was in St. Claude, France. And as I said, it's like a hard plastic bowl and tip with metal, gold or silver plated stem and frame, pressed white clay bowl with inside it. And then it's got the round sort of coiled electromagnetic spring which goes inside the tube, which is the stem. Yeah, so it's, you know, kind of a system pipe, and you know, different one at that. I thought quite quirky. I like that, and something different to have in the old collection. So Yeah, so I loaded up some Bob's Chocolate Flake. Bob's Chocolate Flake is by Gawith and Hoggarth. It is a burley Virginia. Well, it's mainly Virginia with a bit of burley and a very small amount of lacquer in it. It is the top of my head. Like chocolate cocoa flavored with vanilla and whiskey, if I remember rightly. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but yeah. So you know, it's an aromatic, and it comes in, you know, medium chopped flakes, and I don't know, what can you say? Smells lovely. It's good quality tobacco, as you would expect from Gawith and Hoggarth, and yeah, I personally like to dry it out a bit, and I prefer to rub it out. So yeah, for me personally, I find that's the best way to smoke it. But you know, there are other ways, and plenty of other people choose another way. So let's crack into it, spark her up, and see how it goes. As I say, this is the first time this pipe has ever been smoked, and it's the first time I've ever smoked one of these pipes. So hopefully, I don't balls it up. I probably will, but hey, let's give it a go, shall we? So far, so good. It is a solid tobacco, this Bob's Chocolate Flake. Just bear with me and let me get a good light on it, and we shall discuss it further. It's it's definitely got a full body of flavour to it. And now, I would say, although it's an aromatic and it's got toppings, it's not like an overly, the toppings are not, you know, powerhouses that's taken over the blend. I would say it is a cliched thing to say, but it is a very well balanced blend. As you can see, I don't have any problem getting it lit once you had it. It's just had a little bit of drying time. Don't need long. No, it's one of them, you just break it up, leave it there for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes tops, and it's ready to go. But you definitely you can pick up like the smoky woodsy lacquer. It's definitely there, but it's not a lacquer powerhouse. I think it says it's only got 8% in there. It sounds minuscule, but it's enough to you know, let it be a solid player in the concoction. And I think the chocolate in it's there, but it's not overly sweet. It's sweet enough, but it's definitely not sickeningly sweet like you know, some sweet tobaccos can be. I can't really say I pick up too much of the whiskey, if I'm honest. But I find it's more of a, I can feel it a little, smell it. It's more of an aroma, sort of. I get it more in my nose, the every now and then, the whiskey. This pipe's smoking well. I think it's given off a little bit of a taste, but that might just be because it's been sat there for so long. I did give it a bit of a clean, but it's not terribly unpleasant. I just keep thinking I can smell like a plasticky smell every now and then. I don't know whether it's the plastic heating up, but it doesn't taste off or anything. So far, very impressed with the pipe. So, where was I? Bob's Chocolate Flake. Yeah, so the whiskey's there a little bit in the nose. I'd say medium for the nick. Maybe bang in the middle. And I'd say it's quite a smooth smoke. I don't really find any tongue bite or any choky edges to it or nothing. I think it works. Smoke's really nice. But as I say, it sort of bounces between that sort of bit of a sweet, it bounces, yeah, it bounces between the sort of bit of sweetness from the flavourings and that, and the bit of chocolate, and I imagine the Virginia is adding to the sweetness, because it is majority Virginia, I think I read, with a bit of burley and a little bit of lacquer. No, I think it's really good. No, it's as I say, it sort of bounces between a bit of the sweetness from the chocolate toppings and Virginia, and then every now and then you get a bit of, you know, a bit of nuttiness, I suppose, from the burley, but there's always like that smoky woodsy sort of latakia note that's sort of always floating around in the background that kind of comes to the top every now and then, but I promise you it's not a latakia powerhouse, far from it. So I like it. So this one gets approved. Bob's Chocolate Flake. It's definitely up there as one of my favourites at the moment. And this Jima pipe's really good. I'm quite impressed. I quite like it. That weird sort of smell that I was saying about the plastic, and that's gone now. Do you know what it was like? It kind of reminded me a little bit like, you know, when you get a brand new cooker or something, you know, or a brand new heater, and you put it on and you get that weird smell from it. It's something reminiscent of that, but it's gone now. It's smoking very clean. It seems to work brilliantly with the moisture. There's been no gurgling, no. The smoke's been creamy cool. Shame they didn't catch on a bit more while they stopped making them, because they seem to work and do the job very well. So there you go. There you have it. That's my opinion on Gawith and Hoggarth's Bob's Chocolate Flake, or Bob's Flake as they've now changed it. And a little show and tell on my, you know, really lucky acquisition. So I'm going to sit here and finish my pipe. As I say, keep an eye out. There'll be a review for the rest of Simon Snuffs coming up in the near future. Chin Chin is up on the agenda next. Honestly, this pipe is a cracker. It's so cool smoking. I'm well impressed. Really impressed. So as I say, I'm going to sit here and enjoy the rest of my pipe. I don't really know what else to report. So I'm going to leave it there. So I'm going to say, whether you tap, pinch, puff a pipe or a cigar, remember to come back to the shed. And until then, I shall bid you farewell.